Good afternoon. The ringing of the Hartwick Seminary bell calls us together, as it has for 228 years. Since 1797, students eager to learn have gathered with teachers ready to inspire, all under the name of Hartwick. For generations, people from around the world have come here and found a place that sparked their curiosity, challenged their thinking, and opened new doors. And class of 2029, today, you join in that remarkable story. Today, you begin to write your chapter in a proud history. And as you do, you have the privilege of helping to shape Hartwick's future. To each of you, we offer the warmest of welcomes. You are now part of Hartwick College. And so, in the tradition of this day, I declare the company of scholars is assembled, and let the ceremony begin. Please be seated. So, class of 2029, on behalf of the entire college community, I am honored to congratulate you and to the city of Oneonta. Today, you begin a new chapter in your lives, one that will unfold over the next 2, 3, or 4 years and culminate in your own commencement ceremony. This moment, summer day, holds special meaning for me as well, as it marks the beginning of my final academic year as Hartwick's president. Something very important in common. We have each been invited into this community because Hartwick believes we can contribute to its intellectual and its social life. The Board of Trustees and the Hartwick community have placed their trust in me to serve as president. That same community has placed its trust in you to succeed here as scholars, leaders, and citizens of the world. That trust comes with both opportunity and with responsibility. Hartwick offers a culture built on balance, balancing rigorous academics with a full array of experiences beyond the classroom. Here you will learn from exceptional faculty and staff, travel to new places, take on internships around the country and around the world, and pursue interests you have not even yet imagined. You will grow through the arts, athletics, research, service, performance on the stage, and the beauty of our trails and Pine Lake. And you will forge friendships that will sustain you for years to come. With these opportunities comes the responsibility to live well in community. For all of us, that means committing to something larger than ourselves. It means showing up for each other in moments of celebration and in times of challenge. It means supporting your classmates on the stage, in the art studio, in competition, and in the lab. It means recognizing the dignity and gifts of every person here. It means tempering our certainty and our convictions with humility, with a willingness to listen, and a commitment to learn from the viewpoints of others. And it means encouraging, learning from, and finding joy in each other's successes. Living in balance also means finding a way to enjoy life on this campus and in this city, while respecting the people and the places that make them special. It means reflecting on how your choices affect the lives of those around you. And it means practicing kindness and empathy, especially when life feels busy or stressful. For more than 2 centuries, people have come to Hartwick determined to make this place better than they found it. They were not perfect, but they tried. They tried out of love for this community, belief in its mission, and yes, gratitude for the chance to be part of its story. We now share that responsibility, all of us, to keep making Hartwick stronger, more welcoming, more inclusive, and more deeply committed to learning and to service. So may this be the start of a journey filled with discovery, growth, and purpose. Value yourself and the people who share this community with you. Be thankful that they are now your friends, your colleagues, your mentors. And be grateful that you are part of this community at this moment in time. I know I am. Strive for balance in all you do, challenging your mind, caring for your well-being, and making space for friendships and for joy. Embrace these challenges. Embrace the joys ahead, for they will shape you into the person you are meant to become. And make these years count, for they will count for the rest of your life. Thank you all very much. Go Hawks.
Good afternoon. We are so happy that you are here. My name is Dr. Laurel Bongiorno, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost. That means I provide leadership for all things academic, like your classes and your faculty. I'm going to talk about three things for the next few minutes: the faculty, I'm going to talk about your future success in college, and then I'm just going to talk about you. So, three things. First is faculty. You might notice that the folks in the front row look a little bit like characters from a Harry Potter movie. So these are professors, and they're wearing what is called their academic regalia. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about that. The velvet on their hoods represents their field of study. And I'm going to ask this to be interactive. Faculty, please. When you have this color, when I announce it, it's your cue to stand. Light blue, education. Royal blue or black, stay standing, philosophy. Purple, law. Gold, science. Drab or beige, business. Arts, white. Apricot for nursing. Here they stand up. Pink for music. And anyone with a different color also stand. And students, take note. If there's someone who I didn't name their color, go ask them what their color represents. Thank you. You can sit. So now you know a little bit about the meaning of the hoods, and you've had a quick introduction to our professors. As you settle in, don't hesitate to ask them questions, introduce yourself, and start building those connections. So, learning and connecting. Let's go to the second topic. Let me share a few tips for your academic success here at Hartwick. Number one, go to class. Faculty, do you agree with this? Let's say go to class. This seems like an obvious tip, but really, even when you get tired or you're tempted to skip for another reason, showing up to class is the key to success. Go. Number two, hand in your assignments. Yes, hand in your assignments. They do not have to be perfect. Your professors are here to teach. Turn in your assignments, take the feedback, and learn. Number three, meet your professors. We're a small college, and if you ask these professors what the best part of their job is, they will say, the students, you. So introduce yourself, ask questions, use their office hours. Number four, say yes. Try new things. Go on a career exploration trip to Washington, D.C. or Boston or other locations. Register for a J-term travel course to see the world. Join a club. Get an internship or a job on campus. Go to a concert. We have wonderful music here. Right? You can clap louder, you too. Yeah, go ahead. Hartwick has so many opportunities. Take them. Number 5, enjoy your time at college. Take in the view, go to Pine Lake, hike Table Rock, spend time with your new friends, and have fun. But I'm going to go back to tip number 1. Remember, go to class. Key to success. Okay, now a little bit about you. Remember that survey you filled out? Here's some things we learned about the class of 2029. Your top interests include music, sports, animals, movies, dogs, Netflix, beauty, and shopping. You come from 21 states and 10 countries, though 3/4 of you call New York home. Half of you were recruited to play on an athletic team. More than 1/3 of you, 36%, are the first in your family to attend college. Congratulations. And another congratulations, 38% of you have been invited to join our honors program. So what an amazing group you are. Just as your professors bring their own experiences and passions to Hartwick, so do you. Together, you'll create the vibrant place so special. So now, I'd like you to hear from one of your peers, a student leader who knows how to make the most of Hartwick. Please welcome Amelia Williams, class of 2026, and president of the Student Government Association.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Class of 2029, welcome to the beginning of an extraordinary journey that will be with you for a lifetime. My name is Amelia Williams, class of 2026. I'm a double major in psychology and political science with a minor in women's and gender studies. I am honored to stand before you as your student government president. Not that long ago, I sat where you are now, nervous, anxious, excited, passionate, and eager to explore myself beyond the constraints of who I was in high school. 3 years in, I can reassure you that these 4 years will be the best of your life, not because every moment will be easy, but because every moment will matter. The summer after I graduated, I made a list of all the things I hope to accomplish. Today, I challenge you with that same list. Number 1, find your voice, not just in the classroom, but in your character, through your convictions, and especially within your community. This experience is meant to be one of growth and transformation, but you'll never truly meet yourself until you find your voice and stand in your uniqueness. This is where you speak up for yourself when you don't understand, where you speak out for others who need help, where you make the very, very hard decision of an 8 a.m. or 6 p.m. class, where you choose yourself. It is no longer about what your parents want, what your teachers want. It's about you deciding what's best for you. Number 2, redefine success and failure. After years of being forced into a mold, I thought that if I didn't get the best grades and take the hardest classes and succeed in every single one while doing sports and extracurriculars, that I was failing. Now, looking back, I'll tell you what I wish someone had told me. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. I'll go further. Every great success story has failure written in the acknowledgments. Einstein wasn't able to speak until he was 4. Oprah was demoted at her news anchor job for not being fit. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. And Doechii got fired from a retail job before she blew up. Every professor, administrator, staff member, and even I will tell you that they're successful despite failure. So give yourself grace. Number 3, choose courage over comfort. Hartwick will provide you with so many opportunities, some terrifying, some very exciting, and some you'll feel like you're not ready for. Growth happens at the end of your comfort zone, so apply for that internship, go on that J term, go to your professor's office hours, they're not that scary. Join or start a club and make friends outside of your circle. Every courageous choice will expand your world and build you up in ways you'd never imagine. And the best part is, you have a village here to support you. As you begin this extraordinary journey, I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope that when you cross that stage in 4 years, you can look back not just on grades and accomplishments, but on the moments that challenged you, that shaped you into the best version of yourself. Class of 2029, welcome to Hartwick.
Hello. I feel like that could be a little bit of the soundtrack to my life. Hi, I'm Professor Kowalczyk. I teach clinical psychology. Here I've long since given up any hope of controlling my name. Most of the students just call me Kowalczyk. One name, it's kind of cool. It's like Madonna or Beyonce. I've been invited here to discuss student-professor collaboration. Now, this collaboration usually involves you working with a professor on a research project, a community betterment project, a creative project. These collaborations and the relationships you'll form with professors is one way that Hartwick separates itself from a lot of other schools. Here, you'll find that simply reaching out, you'll find somebody to help you forge your interests. Ask any upperclassman, they'll probably tell you about a professor that they're working with. Now, the research that I do is rather unique and interesting, at least I think so. I study addictive behaviors like drugs, alcohol, that thing you're trying not to look at or just, in the front row looking at it. I also study sexual behavior, so drugs and sex. Needless to say, I get students who are interested in doing work with me. But I get far more excited when a student comes to me with their own research idea. I've had students in recent years come with ideas like, how does the athletic season affect mental health? Is getting really busy and missing a bunch of meals something that could lead to an eating disorder? Or if SNAP score means what you think it means. Newsflash, it does, but for everyone, not just the girls. As a sex researcher, I recently read an article about dating apps for Gen Z, and the article suggests that there's one thing that your generation can't do on the dating apps, and that is be sincere. Cringe. Am I right? The thing we can't do is be vulnerable and show our real selves. A psychologist quoted in the article said, "It is very vogue to be cynical, to be pessimistic, to be an end-of-days thinker. Vulnerability in the form of genuineness is the opposite of that." This is hurting our relationships. People are so worried about cringe, they're even foregoing hooking up. They won't be genuine, even when all the evidence suggests that those who go into the dating world with genuineness are more successful finding and maintaining relationships. So, what does this have to do with college? Well, besides the obvious. Well, the first step to engaging in collaboration is to reach out and form a partnership with a professor. You have to be able to articulate what you want, where you want to go, who you are, and ultimately your own ideas. Your generation has grown up subjecting yourselves to constant public displays. We're on social media, right? One wrong move, and it could lead to social disaster. But now comes a time when you have to step out of your comfort zone and express who you truly are, or at the very least, who you might want to be. The first place you can do that here is by speaking out in class. Problem with that is that I have watched class after class after class become more and more afraid to do just that, speak out in class. I think, and I've been told by students, that the worry is being wrong, looking stupid, doing something cringeworthy. But I regret to inform you that to learn anything of value, you have to be wrong first. I'm wrong all the time, sometimes in very profound ways. I'm a professor, right? I should know how to run a classroom. I was known for kicking this desk over at Clark. I teach clinical psychology, experimental methods. I wanted to give them an example of how to induce anxiety, so I'd walk by the desk and kick it as hard as I could. I did this over and over again. If you go to Clark 244, you will see a desk with a gigantic dent in it. All the students would jump, everybody laughed. It was a grand old time. Until a student came to me and confessed, that they were scared to come to my class because that startle was triggering their PTSD. Now, I'm the clinical psych professor, and I am realizing, oh crap, right? I'm not just doing something wrong, right? I'm actively hurting my students. And if a student had this experience, how many students had that experience in the past and not said anything? Now, that sounds terrible, right? But there is nothing like learning this way. The moment where you go, oh crap, I have been doing this wrong the whole time. In the moment, it feels awful. You feel stupid. But if you listen, take the feedback, and take the lesson, that learning will stay with you forever, right? This isn't cramming for a test and forgetting everything the moment after that test. This is something that stays with you forever. And it will get you noticed by your professors. So what I am hoping I can convince you to do is to start being wrong. I am literally begging you to be wrong. There is nothing wrong with being wrong. Raise your hand and answer a question you are not sure about. You may be wrong, but who cares? Go to your professor's office, send them an email, ask for what you need. There is nothing cringe about success, and that's gonna help you succeed. And if any of your peers tries to make you feel less than for being wrong or cringe, tell them to grow up. It is time to leave the high school shit behind. Be unafraid to be wrong in a little thing like the classroom, or show some vulnerability. This will help you create the relationships that will lead to the collaborations that you'll be proud of in the future. These moments will help you be fearless. When you have some daring idea for a research project, a painting, a story, a business startup idea, this is key because there's this common misconception that you come to college to have us teach you the answers. What goes on here, what is really important that goes on here, is when you come to us with questions and together we find those answers. So on Monday, give it a start. Be bold, be fearless. Most importantly, be wrong. So in the end, together, we can figure out what's right.
Thank you, Bill. Could we have one more acknowledgement of our extraordinary colleague speakers here today? And for the Hartwick faculty brass, please. So class of 2029, the next time I see you all together will be Sunday afternoon, Founder's Way for our first walk, a tradition that marks the official start of your journey at Hartwick. It is another step toward the day when you will hear the bell ring again at your graduation, your commencement, a milestone that will be among the most meaningful in your lives. Now you are about to take part in one of Hartwick's most symbolic traditions, the matriculation ceremony. So while the platform party and faculty recess down the center aisle, you will be invited to come forward along the outer aisles to sign the matriculation book. This tradition began in 1815 when Ernst Hazelius, the second principal of Hartwick Seminary and Academy, recorded the names of the first 19 students in his school journal. That record, preserved in our archives, is the forerunner of the book you will sign today. Since then, generations of Hartwick students have added their names to mark the official entry into the life of the college. And today, you will add your own name to that history, becoming part of a story that began more than 2 centuries ago and continues here today with you. As we conclude our opening convocation, we join together in another Hartwick tradition, the singing of our your alma mater. After the alma mater, the platform party will lead the recessional, followed by our colleague faculty. The student marshals will then invite you to come forward and take your place in Hartwick's history by adding your name alongside the many generations of Hartwick Hawks. Today, you do become part of something larger than yourself, a community, a tradition, and a legacy that will carry your name forward proudly for generations. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being part of this magical place. Go Hawks. So now please stand as you are able for the singing of the alma mater led by Hartwick student Scott Burdick, class of 2027, and accompanied by the Hartwick faculty brass.
From the valley through the forest, searching for a clearer vision, came the youthful warrior to Oyaran, hill of dreams. Like the brave, we climb this hillside, seeking truth and understanding, while we grow together on Oyaran, hill of dreams. Nature's radiant seasons frame our years together, sowing grains of inspiration, gleaning sheaves of bonding memories. Hartwick sons and Hartwick daughters, down whatever path you follow, still draw strength and wisdom from Oyaran,